In all my hours of playing Elden Ring, I've actually never tried the Mage build, and this is mostly because Elden Ring elitists will say that Mage builds take no skill and that they are cringe. And in this video I'm gonna help break these rumors and show you what Mage builds are truly like. And spoiler alert, yeah, they're pretty fucking broken and take no skill. But anyways, enjoy the video. I started this run with the Astrologer class, obviously, because it has the highest int level. After that, I did a pretty simple setup when it comes to mage builds. In Purified Ruins, I grabbed the 2-finger heirloom, which will be very handy in order to use some buffs later on in the run. Next to EG, I grabbed the Intelligence Not tier. And in Fort Ferreth, I got one half of the Dectus Medallion and Radagon's Sword Seal. In Waypoint Ruins, I defeated Mad Pumpkinhead to gain access to Selene. After giving her the Royal House Scroll, you can buy the Carrion Slicer spell, which I knew was good, but it turned out to be way better than I expected. In Street of Sage's Ruins, I picked up the Meteorite Staff and the Rock Sling spell. Now that the early game setup is mostly done, I made my way through Stormwell Castle to beat Godric. With Rocksling and Carrion Slicer, this was just way too easy. Godric stood no chance. Next up I went to Sellia to kill this duo boss in a very legit and totally not cheesy way in order to get Lusat's staff, which I'm gonna use later on in the run because it requires a lot of int levels. After that I went to Raya Lucaria because there are a lot of things I need to pick up here. But first I had to put down this giant dog to get his memory stone. Then I picked up Azor's Glintstone Staff, which I can hold in my offhand and get faster casting speed, and I also got Radagon's Icon, which also increases casting speed. I killed the Crystallian Duo boss in Academy Crystal Cave in order to get Terra Magica, which will be a very useful spell in this run. From this Frenzy Tower, I grabbed Howl of Shabriri, and then I killed this Erdtree avatar for the Magic Shrouding crack tier. Now I felt ready to fight Renala, but in my fight with her I noticed something. My damage was straight up ass. And this is simply because Renala has 80% magic damage negation, and most spells in this game deal magic damage, but luckily Rocksling is a spell that deals physical damage, so I just equipped Rocksling and went back to fighting her. And as you can see, the damage was really good now. After beating Renala, I also went over to kill her son. And Radahn was also very easy, because you can just summon the NPCs and sit back and keep casting Rocksling, and the whole fight gets trivialized. In Mount Gelmir, I defeated this ulcerated tree spirit in order to get the Cerulean hidden tier, and then I also got the Golden Vow incantation. In the Lux Ruins, I defeated Gilka for the Ritual Sword Talisman. In Mount Gelmir, I also picked up Kametazor from this weird looking dude over here. Before going into the capital, I had to kill the Draconic Tree Sentinel, and as you can see, I just bullied him with Carrion Slicer and it wasn't even a struggle. Next up was Godfrey, and Godfrey just got annihilated with Carrion Slicer. Each hit doesn't deal a lot of damage, it's good damage but it's nothing crazy. But the casting speed is so fast, you can get like 5 hits after each combo he does, and in like a few combos he's just dead. Next up, I went to Caria Manor and defeated Loretta, and then I completed the part of Selvis's questline and got the Magic Scorpion Charm. After that, I completed Varay's quest and got to Mohg Palace. I really wanted to get into the DLC as fast as I could, but I was only level 70, so Mohg would have been pretty challenging. That is why I respect and put some levels into Faith, so that I can use Golden Vow and Hall of Shabriri for the extra damage. And this is what I did to Mohg. Now that takes skill. In Leyndell, I grabbed this armor set, which will be very useful when using one spell I will get later on in the game. In Mountaintops, I farmed this enemy in order to get the Staff of the Guilty. I made my way into the DLC and to the Shadowkeep to get the Impenetrable Thorns spell, and pre-nerf it was very broken, so I wanna see how good it still is after the nerf. So I decided to try it out on Fire Giant, and it wasn't bad, but I felt like Carrion Slicer would be just way better. And yep, it for sure was better. After realizing how good Carrion Slicer was, I went over to Stillwater Cave to get the Winged Sword Insignia, because for whatever reason this spell gets boosted by it, which it shouldn't. It's like already good enough, but whatever. I still wanted to try Thorns one last time, so the Godskin Duo was my next target. And the damage was very good, though I did notice it dealt more damage to the fat guy, probably because the hitboxes of the spell are very weird and so the damage can be inconsistent. Maliketh is a boss that moves around a lot, so Carrion Slicer was an easy choice. Gideon. I obviously have no respect for him, and that is why I decided to just abuse him with thorns. Even Godfrey was no match to the pure skill and power of Carrion Slicer. Now comes the final boss of the game. Right before this fight, I remember the DLC has the beloved Stardust Talisman, which increases casting speed by a lot. So I replaced Radagon's icon with it, and I also replaced Azor's Glintstone Staff with the Carrion Glintstone Staff. Just look at the damage! I messed up there a bit, but it doesn't even matter because Carrion Slicer is just that good. I did get a bit lucky with Elden Beast's AI, so it went down very quickly. Lastly, I only wanted to try one DLC boss, that being Messmer. The rest I just don't find that enjoyable. I have practiced Messmer many times on Rune level 1, as you can see on my channel, so this should be easy. Fuck. Run that back. As you can see, this spell just deleted Messmer's health bar, and even he easily went down. Overall, I would say the mage build is actually not that strong as people say. Yes, the damage is really good and you can trivialize certain bosses, but these mage builds don't have a lot of posture damage, so you can't really stagger bosses. I mean, you can do without that, but it definitely helps during a boss fight to be able to stagger the boss. But I mean, yeah, it was fun. The setup is long and it takes a lot of time. Other builds are way faster to set up than this spellcaster build. I mean, if you enjoy playing as a mage, then do so. Don't listen to people online shitting on mage builds. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching the video, subscribe, and see you in the next one.